But first, to our guest today. Now, at the beginning of the year, EastEnders actor Sid Owen and his partner Victoria Shores were heartbroken to discover that Victoria had suffered a miscarriage. Just a few months later, they were overjoyed, though, to discover they were expecting a baby again. But they've decided to open up about their experience of miscarriage to help others and also to call for more support for people going through the same thing. So welcome, Sid and Victoria. Firstly, our huge condolences to you for the loss of your baby. And I know this is still very raw for you, so we thank you for talking about it today, because I know whenever we do talk about miscarriage on the show, we always have a huge response, because I think it's sometimes something, Victoria, that people find difficult to talk about.
Yeah.
What is it, the main thing that you want to get across today? Is it about the support? Is how you deal with it going forward?
Yeah, I think for me, it's definitely about the support after. You just feel very alone. Actually, I found it difficult to concentrate at all on anything. And during this state of shock, really. It would be nice for somebody to just do a follow-up, just to see if you're OK. And...
Yeah.
Did you not get any backup at all?
No, no, nothing, no.
Well, I think I was reading you have to have 3 miscarriages before you're offered counselling.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. I mean, I'm a bit older as well, and it wasn't my first experience, thanks goodness, but it was Sid's. But I can only imagine if you're in your 20s, you know, when you're in your 40s, you've coped with things already in life. But I was still in shock, so I can only imagine.
And Sid, obviously, you know, a lot of men talk about trying to be a support for their partner. Yeah. You know, clearly they're grieving, they've gone through the physical pain often of a miscarriage. How did you see your role at that point, and how difficult was that for you?
I mean, it was really difficult because obviously when it happened, it was, you know, during COVID. So when we went to the hospital, I weren't allowed in. So I was like, you know, constantly on the phone checking. I sort of knew as well what had happened, but I didn't want to, you know, believe it. But it was just that thing. And then afterwards, we just laid down and I was like holding Vic for hours. And she was crying and sort of almost blamed it on herself. And I was like, you know, you just can't explain it. It's just that it really...
But did you feel like crying but felt you shouldn't?
Yeah,
you had to be the strong one.
Yeah, you just want to be strong for your partner. And obviously, you know, as a man, it's nothing physical to yourself. You know, I can't imagine what it's like internally for a woman, but, you know, for me, I'm just there. But as I say, it was the first time I've ever got anyone pregnant. So it was all that excitement, like literally believing that I could. And, you know, for years, all my brothers kept telling me I was a Jaffa.
So would you have liked counselling? Would you really have appreciated somebody giving you both some help?
Well, just like someone to talk to, especially for Vic. You know, where'd you go from here? Is there any aftercare? You know, it's just almost it happens. And that's it.
I think a lot of the time as well, people forget that the men are going through it as well. I mean, people concentrate on the woman and say, because I lost a baby in between my son and my daughter, and my husband found it really, really difficult. And the same thing, we weren't offered any counselling. I was sent home with a baby dead inside me and had to go back again to have the baby removed, and I found that really, really difficult. Yeah. But I think what people don't realise is that men are suffering just as much as the woman, or that's the woman that's actually carrying the baby. Yeah. They are suffering as well.
I felt awful because it was Sid's first experience as well, you know, which has had a knock-on effect with this pregnancy, because I think...
It's been emotion.
Yeah.
Has that been healing for you, though, Victoria?
Yeah, I mean,
in a way.
We're so lucky that we fell pregnant so quickly again. But it's definitely affected this pregnancy, but, you know, for you as well.
You're walking on eggshells. Yeah, it's like the slightest little thing you think, you know, you just worry. Well, I do, I mean, because it's like, it's such a precious thing. And I know from now, you know, just talking about it every day, it's like, you know, from day one, you're attached to this tiny thing.
And do you talk about talking, Victoria? Do the two of you... I mean, congratulations as well.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
On the imminent birth. But did the two of you actively talk about the miscarriage? Or do you focus now on the new baby? Or how do you manage your way through that?
Yeah, a bit of both.
That is the key,
Yeah,
just talking.
We've talked a lot, I mean, it made us a lot closer.
3 times a day for breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
We do talk,
I'm going to tell you a terrible thing, though. I mean, going back years and years and years, people didn't really talk about this subject very much openly. And the statement used to be, well, you know, the thing is, maybe it's for the best. Maybe there was something wrong, which is terrible. You would never hear that these days, but they used to say that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just for the best.
But there is that self-blame as well. It's like Victoria did. She was like, you know, I'm sorry. And I was like, you know, things happen
wrong,
for a reason. There's nothing wrong. You've not done... No one's done anything wrong.
No.
But you're bound to ask yourself those questions.
You do feel a big sense of guilt, for sure. Even though I've had 2 children, I was thinking, is there something I've done this time? Your brain starts to go over, but of course you haven't, so...
But let's talk about happy things to come.
Yeah.
Baby due in February.
Yeah, Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day,
Good
how
one.
lovely. So, Sid, how are you looking forward? You said there, you know, you thought maybe it was something that wasn't going to happen for you.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you know, there comes a time in your... You know, I'm 50 in January.
You're not.
I am 50
Are
in
you?
January, yeah. I've known Linda for 40 years.
Yep. We go back a long way.
Yeah, but you know, as time goes on, I've been single for a long time. I was a bit lost, you know, and you know, you just sort of... I don't even sort of fathom it. I didn't even think for 1 minute I was going to have a kid. And I just think, God bless, like my mum has just sent me, you know, a gift.
Yeah.
But we were talking earlier about people coming into your life at the right time, because Victoria came into your life quite a long time ago and then disappeared off again, and then she came back.
It was probably the wrong time back then, but it's definitely the right time. We were both young.
Too young,
It's about time you settled down anyway, isn't it?
And I can honestly say I've never loved anyone like I've loved Victoria.
Oh, how lovely.
Actually, when Sid came in today, I did have to laugh, because you were like this. Like, she's just so pleased with yourself, so happy about the new baby.
And do you know what it's going to be?
We do. I would love to give you ladies
Tell
an
me
exclusive...
after.
I'll tell you off. But
Keeping that to yourself.
Victoria wants to keep it quiet.
And what sort of dad do you think Sid is going to make, Victoria?
I think he's going to be very relaxed. Yeah, I think I'm going to end up being bad cop, and you know, Sid's going to just
Yeah, I'm sure
let
I'm
them
gonna
get
be
away
very
with murder.
soppy.
Well, you've got lots of kids around you as well,
I mean,
haven't you?
yeah, I've got lots of nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
And, you know, I love going out now buying baby clothes. It's
Do you? How many have you bought?
A lot.
about 100 outfits.
What colour are you buying?
Oh, we can't say.
Clever. And Sid, of course, we can't... Sorry, Victoria, but we can't have him here without asking him about EastEnders.
Go ahead,
of
go ahead.
course.
Yeah.
Because obviously the character Janine, Charlie Brooks is back
Yes.
as Janine, your sister in the show. So door open, maybe?
Well, yeah, I was meant to go back this year, and all with what happened, this and that, and you know, with Vic, I'm sort of almost glad things happen for a reason. If I had gone back to work, maybe we wouldn't have been pregnant now. So, but next year, hopefully, if the door's still open, you know, never say never.
I'm sure the door will
It's a huge
always
part
be
of my life,
open.
and you know, and people love the character. So
They do.
hopefully, yeah.
Well, listen, thank you so much again, both of you, truly, for talking about that, because I know it's not easy and, you know, a very poignant subject. We wish you every happiness with the new baby and the wedding next year. Can't wait to find out what it's a boy or a girl. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Lovely,
Thank you very
well
much.
done.
And if you have been affected by anything we've discussed there with Sid and Victoria, there will be information on where you can find help and support, and we've put that on our website.